Hi, my name is Mason Bunner, and I researched J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is best known for being the author of the well-known series Harry Potter. One thing that makes J.K. Rowling important is that she wrote the Harry Potter series and other adult bestsellers. Another thing that makes her important is she is a loving wife and a caring mother. I admire J.K. Rowling the most because she hit rock bottom a few times in her life, but she got back up. I hope to do that when I hit rock bottom too.
It's Rebecca Farber, and I researched Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci is best known for his famous paintings. His two most famous paintings are the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. One thing that makes Leonardo da Vinci important is that he is a famous artist and created two of the most known pieces of art in the world. Another thing that makes him important is that he was mainly known as an artist, but he actually was more of a scientist and an inventor than an artist. I admire Leonardo da Vinci the most because I love to do art, and he is a role model to me in my everyday.
My name is Canyon Reinhardt, and I researched Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane is best known for scoring the winning goal in the 2006 World Cup final, also being a player for Real Madrid and now a manager for them. One thing that makes Zinedine Zidane important is that he grew up in a poor family, but he worked hard and it all paid off in the end. Another thing that makes him important is that he is a great role model with his quote, "Poor is not a thing, but effort is." I admire Zinedine Zidane the most because he is the same position as me and he is really good in the midfield.
Hi, my name is Delaney Riley and I researched Emma Watson. Emma Watson is best known for playing the role of Hermione Granger in Harry Potter. One thing that makes Emma Watson important is that she stands up for women's rights. Another thing that makes her important is she is a goodwill ambassador. She is really inspiring. I admire Emma Watson the most because she stands up for what's right. She is inspiring when she plays Hermione in Harry Potter.
My name is Anthony Siccanetti and I researched Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton is best known for his discovery of gravity. One thing that makes Sir Isaac Newton important is that he invented calculus. Another thing that makes him important is that he wrote 3 laws of motion. I admire Sir Isaac Newton the most because I want to be a robotic engineer, and robotic engineers need to have a strong suit in mathematics and physics.
Hi, my name is Jack Sparango and I research Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is best known for being the best NBA player in the world. One thing that makes Michael Jordan important is that he is the most high-scoring point guard in the NBA history. Another thing that makes him important is that he made his own shoe brand with Nike and they sold out very quickly. I admire Michael Jordan the most because he pushes me to give a 100% effort when I play sports.
Hi, my name is Tianella Olibris. I researched Selena Quintanilla. Selena Quintanilla is best known for being a Mexican Latina singer. One thing that makes Selena Quintanilla important is that she was considered the queen of Tangano, a type of Mexican music that incorporates other styles such as country or western. Another thing that makes her important is that she was also sometimes referred to as the Mexican Montana for her nice outfit and nice dance move. I admire Selena Quintanilla the most because I love singing and she inspired me with the words of
Jayla Williams and I researched Cleopatra. Cleopatra is being best known for the Queen of Egypt, beginning in 51 BC. One thing that makes Cleopatra important is that she changed the whole Egypt by being the queen. Another thing that makes her important is that she was back in Egypt, and Egypt history is cool because I always want to see what Egypt was like. I admire Cleopatra the most because she was the queen of Egypt, and I've always wanted to be a
Hi,
queen.
my name is Juliet Bianca McBride, and I research Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland is best known for being a professional African-American principal ballerina, which is a ballerina who is at the top rank of a ballerina. One thing that makes Misty Copeland important is that she created the Spanish dance in Ratminsky the Nutcracker. Another thing that makes her important is that she is a member of the Under Armour roster of athletics. I admire Misty Copeland the most because she never gave up and inspires me to push past my limits.
My name is Alexis Teichman, and I researched Anne Frank. Anne Frank is best known for her diary that was given to a publisher by her father, Otto Frank. One thing that makes Anne Frank important is that she would never give up on hope, even during her worst times. Another thing that makes her important is that her diary gave common people a glimpse into what it was like to be Jewish during World War II. I admire Anne Frank the most because she taught me to never give up on the hardest times.
Hi, my name is Leela Hines, and I researched Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is best known for being one of the most famous authors for kids' books. One thing that makes Dr. Seuss important is that he created books like The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham. These books are famous all over the world. Another thing that makes him important is that he makes books funny and special to read. I admire Dr. Seuss the most because it takes skill and determination to write all 60 books in his lifetime.
Hi, my name is Ryan Hummel, and I researched Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley is best known for his singing and acting. He is the king of rock and roll. One thing that makes Elvis Presley important is that he has 117 gold records. That means each song sold 1 million copies. That is the most gold records any musician has ever earned. Another thing that makes him important is that he went into the army and no one thought he was going to be good enough, but he proved them wrong. I admire Elvis Presley the most because he had a hard life when he was young, so when I am going through tough times, I can think of him.
Hi, my name's Connor Horwath, and I researched George Herman Ruth. George Herman Ruth, also known as Babe Ruth, is best known for hitting a lot of home runs and being the best Yankee baseball player. One thing that makes Babe Ruth important is that he never quit and never stopped trying to accomplish his goals. Another thing that makes him important is that he walked to home plate at a game when he had throat cancer and he was sick. I admire Babe Ruth the most because he plays baseball and he's a lefty just like me.
Hi, my name is Aiden Baird, and I researched Stan Lee. Stan Lee is best known for his comic books, movies, and his characters he has created. One thing that makes Stan Lee important is that he saved comic books and is known as the father of comics. Another thing that makes him important is that he has helped make all the Marvel movies we know and love. I admire Stan Lee the most because he has gave his characters life in his comics and has touched the hearts of many through his comics and movies.
Hi, my name is Cole Moreau, and I research Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is best known for being the 16th President of the United States. One thing that makes Abraham Lincoln important is that he ended slavery in 1863 after his famous speech called the Emancipation Proclamation. Another thing that makes him important is that he led our country during the American Civil War. I admire Abraham Lincoln the most because he was a man of integrity who believed in freedom for all people.
My name is William Giambattista, and I researched Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is best known for creating many famous and catchy songs that changed the music industry. One thing that makes Michael Jackson important is that he wrote many songs people loved and enjoyed, and is known as the King of Pop. Another thing that makes him important is that he is one of the most famous singers in the world. I admire Michael Jackson the most because even when things were tough on him, he always seemed to be happy and just sang his songs.
My name is Christopher Frohnreiter, and I researched Galileo. Galileo is best known for being the astronomer to find the sun to be the center of the universe. One thing that makes Galileo important is that he is said to be the father of modern science, which means everyone believes what he said long ago. Another thing that makes him important is that he modified a toy into a scientific tool, the telescope. I admire Galileo the most because he stood up for his beliefs.
My name is Jackson Hensley, and I researched Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is best known for his martial arts and acting. He is also known for being a cha-cha champion. One thing that makes Bruce Lee important is that he is the best martial artist to ever live. Another thing that makes him important is that he is a father and a movie star who inspired others to follow in his footsteps. I admire Bruce Lee the most because he's the world's best martial artist to ever live.
My name is Prince Ma Jr. I am researching on LeBron James. LeBron James is best known for being an amazing basketball player and his championships. One thing that makes LeBron James important is that he and his team visited the White House and met Michelle Obama in 2013, which a lot of people does not get to do. Another thing that makes LeBron James important is that he got MVP around 2013 to 2014. I admire LeBron James because he showed me that no matter how low you are, you can always rise up.
Hail Held, and I've researched Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. is best known for fighting against racism and segregation. One of his famous speeches was his I Have a Dream speech. One thing that makes Martin Luther King Jr. important is that he fought for the civil rights of all the Americans. Another thing that makes him important is that he inspired many people with his speeches and his quotes. I admire Martin Luther King Jr. because I want to change the world just like he did.
Hi, my name is Riley Marie Huber, and I researched Walter Elias Disney. Walt Disney is best known for making cartoon shows for kids like Mickey Mouse, the Three Little Pigs, and Snow White. One thing that makes Walt Disney important is that he changed the world during the Great Depression by making movies to entertain people, even if they were poor. Another thing that makes him important is that he created a club called the Mickey Mouse Club that thousands of kids were in, and it made Walt famous. I admire Walt Disney the most because he changed people's lives and brought the happiness out of people. He also made Disneyland and Disney World.
My name is Jacqueline Connor, and I researched Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross is best known for sewing the first American flag. One thing that makes Betsy Ross important is that she was hired by George Washington to make the first American flag. Another thing that makes her important is that she created an American flag that represents freedom and justice to all citizens in the world. I admire Betsy Ross the most because she gave us freedom, justice, loyalty, and perseverance.
Hi, my name is Sophia Harmon, and I researched Helen Keller. Helen Keller is best known for being deaf and blind from an illness called scarlet fever. One thing that makes Helen important is that she gave motivating speeches to other people. Another thing that makes Helen important is that she was an inspiration to other people. I admire Helen Keller the most because when things were hard, she didn't give up.
Hi, my name is Abby Diffuso, and I researched Ada Lovelace. Ada Lovelace is best known for being the first female computer programmer. She also worked with Charles Babbage on the analytical machine. One thing that makes Ada Lovelace important is that she helped make computer programming what it is today. Another thing that makes her important is she did all of this during a time where no one thought females could do any of this stuff. I admire Ada Lovelace the most because she is a role model. She proves that females can do computer science and computer programming too.
Hi, my name is Lexi Howard, and I researched King Tut. King Tut is best known for being found in one of the only intact tombs in ancient Egypt. One thing that makes King Tut important is that his tomb revealed information and helped historical breakthroughs about Egypt 3,000 plus years ago. Another thing that makes him important is that was proof that in ancient Egypt they buried pharaohs in tombs with amazing valuables and riches. I admire King Tut the most because even though he died very young, he is still a modern-day historical legend.
My name is Jacob McCollum, and I research Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is the best known for his famous equation E equals mc squared. This is the building blocks of life. One thing that makes Albert Einstein important is that he was one of the most important scientists in the world because he did so many things to change the world. Another thing that makes him important is that he was a different scientist and found so many new things that made him famous. I admire Albert Einstein the most because he was the most inspiring scientist ever.